There's a powerful shift happening around you right now, and it's not subtle. The energy surrounding you feels different, stronger, more grounded. It feels clear. This isn't confusion. This isn't hesitation. This is someone who has finally made up their mind. You reached a point where you simply became tired of settling, tired of negotiating your worth, tired of accepting half effort, half love, half commitment. Something inside you said, enough. And that moment, that quiet, firm decision changed everything. You may not have shouted it. You may not have announced it to the world. But internally, you drew a line. You decided that you deserve more, and you stopped bargaining for it. There's a maturity in your energy now, a seriousness. You're no longer entertaining casual conversations that lead nowhere. You're no longer entertaining connections that feel temporary or surface level. For some of you, this even extends into your intimacy. You're no longer giving access to your body, your time, or your emotions without depth and intention. You're treating yourself with a new level of respect. And when you start taking yourself seriously, life does too. This decision placed you in a completely different energetic space. Instead of chasing, you are attracting. Instead of forcing, you are allowing. Your energy feels magnetic, calm, composed, clear. There's no desperation in it. There's no uncertainty. You're not asking for validation anymore. You're simply standing in your worth and letting the right things come toward you. What's powerful is that this shift might have seemed small on the surface. Maybe it was just a boundary you enforced. Maybe it was a conversation you walked away from. Maybe it was a promise you made to yourself in silence. But energetically, it was massive. It created a ripple effect. It moved you onto a new path. And now everything that matches this upgraded version of you is beginning to align. There is something significant headed your way. This is not random luck. This is not coincidence. This is a response. Life is reacting to the clarity you stepped into. When your standards rise and your self-concept shifts, reality adjusts to match it. And here's where things become even more interesting. What's coming toward you isn't arriving in singles, it's arriving in pairs. You may begin to notice dual opportunities. Two people expressing interest. Two career paths opening up. Two ideas pulling at your attention. Two invitations. Two directions. If you've been hoping for love, don't be surprised if you find yourself choosing between two potential partners. What makes this powerful is that both options may feel valid. Both may connect with you in different ways. One might reflect who you used to be, your old comfort zone, your familiar patterns. The other may reflect who you're becoming, the elevated version of you who now expects more. The same dynamic applies to opportunities. You may find yourself offered two paths in work or creativity. Both may seem promising. Both may appear aligned. But one will resonate more deeply with the higher standards you've set. One will feel like growth, expansion, alignment with your future self. This period can feel intense because it requires awareness. When you upgrade internally, there is always a brief overlap between your old timeline and your new one. The past doesn't disappear instantly. It lingers. But at the same time, your future begins to present itself. So you stand in between with choices. It may feel like you're being tested, but you're not. You're being aligned. Life is simply calibrating to your new frequency. It's asking you, which version of yourself are you committing to? Your power right now lies in your clarity. Stay firm in the boundaries you set. Stay grounded in the standards you claimed. Don't shrink back into old comfort just because it feels familiar. You already made the decision to honor yourself. That decision opened the door. What's coming toward you is a reflection of that choice. And it's bigger than you think. It truly feels like you are standing at a powerful turning point in your life. Something has shifted in your energy, even if you can't fully explain it yet. It's almost as if your timeline cracked open and created space for something completely new. I keep sensing this image of you being gently pulled in two different directions. On one side, there is fresh energy, new opportunities, new connections, and a higher version of yourself trying to lead you forward. On the other side, there are pieces of your past, old situations, old people, old patterns that still feel attached to you, almost trying to follow you into this new chapter. The energy around you feels very dual right now. You may feel excitement and uncertainty at the same time. You may feel ready for change, but also aware of what you're leaving behind. This is not confusion. This is transformation. You're being presented with choices. You're being given options. And what's beautiful is that all of this is responding directly to you. Your intentions, your thoughts, your beliefs about what you deserve. Everything that is showing up in your life right now is tuned to the frequency you have been sending out. If you've been noticing the number 2 repeatedly on clocks, phone screens, receipts, random places, or if it starts appearing more often in the coming days or weeks, it's not just coincidence. It's a quiet sign of alignment. It's about balance. It's about partnership. It's about preparation. It's like the universe gently saying, stay centered, stay open. Something meaningful is approaching. Now, the deeper message here is this: love is not linear. Love does not move in a straight line. It doesn't follow a simple beginning, middle, and end. And this is not just about romantic love. This is about love in its purest, universal form, the love you give, the love you embody, the love you carry in your everyday actions. Something changed within you recently, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. You opened up. You expanded. You allowed yourself to believe that you deserve more. It feels like you had a heart to heart conversation with yourself. Maybe you did some deep self reflection. Maybe you reached a point where you realized you were settling in certain areas of your life. And instead of shrinking back into fear, you chose to open your hands. It's like I see you sitting there with your palms open, no longer afraid to receive. You stopped limiting yourself. You stopped believing that asking for more meant you were asking for too much. You realized that abundance isn't scarce. Love isn't limited. The universe is not running out of blessings. That realization alone shifted your timeline. There were many things you did in the past that felt unnoticed. Kindness that wasn't acknowledged. Support that wasn't returned. Love that wasn't fully appreciated. You may have felt invisible at times, but none of it was wasted. None of it went unseen. Every act of love, no matter how small, whether it was a smile to a stranger, loyalty to a friend, or energy poured into your dreams, created movement in your favor. And now, that movement is coming back around. This is why there's such a strong sense of incoming energy around you. New people who match your mindset. New connections that feel aligned. Opportunities that feel easier, lighter, more natural. At the same time, there may be people from your past suddenly realizing your value, waking up to what they overlooked, recognizing your light in a way they couldn't before. That's not random. That's the result of your growth. Because the truth is, you are not just someone who gives love. You are someone who is love. When you walk into a room, you carry a certain presence. When you speak, there is sincerity. When you care deeply. And even if people didn't always express gratitude, your energy made an impact. You matter more than you think. There's also a very specific message here for someone who rarely receives validation. You may be the type of person who shows up for everyone else. The one who listens. The one who supports. The one who keeps going quietly without demanding recognition. And because of certain experiences, certain environments, certain disappointments, you may have learned to close off parts of yourself just to protect your peace. But this season is different. Now it's about your outer world finally matching the beauty of your inner world. You have a beautiful soul. Not in a cliche way, in a real, grounded way. You care deeply. You try. You love sincerely. And the affirmation coming through right now is simple. You are seen. Everything that is approaching you, the love, the opportunities, the recognition, is not accidental. It is a response to who you have become. You opened your energy. You believed in more. You stopped shrinking. And because of that courage, you stepped out of an old timeline and into something greater. The shift has already begun. It feels like everything in your life was quietly waiting for this moment. The moment you decided you were no longer going to accept less than what you truly deserve. Almost as if the unseen forces around you were watching, patiently waiting for you to step into your power and say, I am ready for more. Because the truth is, support has always been there for you. Guidance has always surrounded you. But you had to claim it. You had to give yourself permission first. The shift didn't happen outside of you, it happened within you. Right now, your energy feels completely different. It's confident, steady, and clear. You're no longer questioning your worth or trying to convince anyone of your value. There's a quiet firmness in you that wasn't there before. You're not arguing. You're not chasing. You're not begging. You simply know, and that knowing is powerful. It's like you finally looked at yourself honestly and saw the truth that you are worthy of the life you dream about, worthy of the love you desire, worthy of the abundance you once thought was out of reach. Maybe it took you years to arrive at this point. Maybe you had to experience disappointment, rejection, loss, or self doubt to get here. But something changed. You stopped shrinking yourself. You stopped negotiating your standards. You stopped settling just to feel chosen. Now you want exactly what you want, and you're no longer willing to compromise your worth to get it. The decision alone has changed everything. The most important shift is this: you are no longer operating from the energy of chasing. You have moved into the energy of attracting. Instead of running after what you desire, you now understand that what is meant for you is also moving toward you. What you seek is seeking you. That belief is not just comforting, it is magnetic. When you truly believe that you deserve good things and you believe they are possible for you, your entire frequency changes. And when your frequency changes, your reality begins to respond. The blessings coming toward you are not small. They are not limited. This is not just one opportunity, one connection, or one breakthrough. This feels multiplied. You are stepping into a season of options. A season where you get to choose instead of settling for what is available. That is abundance on a deeper level, not just receiving, but selecting what aligns with you. That only happens when you know your value. This new chapter did not open by accident. It reflects your internal growth. Something in your daily life shifted. Maybe you changed how you speak about yourself. Maybe you set clearer intentions. Maybe you began visualizing your future differently. Maybe you started protecting your peace. Whatever you did, it worked. You strengthened your self-concept. And that is the real key. The speed at which things are unfolding for you right now is directly connected to how deeply you believe you deserve them. But with this level of magnetism comes attention from all sides. You are glowing. You are expanding. And when someone carries that kind of energy, they attract more than just aligned opportunities. They also attract opposing energy. Not everyone who approaches you will be on your level. Some people will feel your light and want to be near it simply because it feels good to them. Not because they match it, but because they want to experience it. Some may want access to your mind, your heart, your body, your presence. They are drawn to your confidence and your abundance because it balances what they lack within themselves. It is important to remember that every interaction is an exchange of energy. When you speak to someone, spend time with someone, or allow someone into your life, you are entering an energetic agreement. Now that you are operating from a higher place, you must be selective about who you give access to. You can remain open without being careless. You can be kind without being available to everyone. For some of you, energy from your past may try to return. Old connections might reach out. People who once had access to you may feel you pulling away and try to pull you back. It may feel like hands reaching toward you from a previous chapter of your life. This is not random. When you elevate, anything that once held you will feel the shift. But your responsibility now is to choose what reflects who you are today, not who you used to be. There is also a strong emotional depth surrounding you. You are someone who feels deeply. You sense things before they happen. You read the room without effort. That sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a gift. It allows you to navigate this new chapter with awareness. Trust your intuition. If something feels off, it probably is. If something feels aligned, lean into it. This is a powerful time. A time of expansion, attention, opportunity, and choice. But the real power lies in your discernment. Protect your energy. Protect your peace. Protect the standards you worked so hard to build. Because now you are no longer chasing anything. You are no longer asking to be chosen. You are the one who chooses. There's a very strong and peaceful energy surrounding you right now. It feels smooth, steady, and powerful at the same time. It feels like flow, not forced movement, not struggle, just flow. There's a sense that things are finally aligning instead of resisting you. The energy around you feels abundant, and it feels connected to the element of water in a very meaningful way. Over the next few weeks, or even the next few months, you may feel naturally drawn to water more than usual. You might crave long showers, quiet baths, or moments near the ocean, a river, or even just sitting with a glass of water in stillness. This isn't random. Water carries cleansing and renewal energy. It washes away what no longer belongs to you. It resets your field. There is something powerful about starting your day feeling energetically clean, not just physically refreshed. Even something simple like being intentional in the shower, imagining old energy rinsing off you, can help you begin each day lighter and clearer. You may also feel guided to be more mindful about the water you drink. Before you take a sip, pause. Set an intention. Speak quietly to it if you feel called to. Tell it to restore your body, to increase your vitality, to strengthen your confidence, to attract abundance, to enhance your natural beauty, or to calm your emotions. Water responds to intention. And right now, your intention carries strength. The more conscious you become about small daily rituals, the more you'll notice how much power they actually hold. This connection to water also speaks to your emotions. Water represents feelings, depth, and healing. And it feels like something has recently shifted inside you. You've closed a chapter. You've walked away from settling. You've reached a point where you simply cannot accept less than what you truly deserve. Whether this was in love, work, friendships, or even how you treat yourself, something ended within you. And because you ended it internally, a new energetic door opened. It's almost like a portal of flow has activated around you. Even if you can't yet see dramatic changes in your physical world, something has already begun moving behind the scenes. You've entered what feels like a receiving phase. Instead of chasing, pushing, and forcing outcomes, you are now allowing. You are open. And when someone moves into this state, life begins responding differently. This next chapter feels exciting and dynamic. It may move quickly. You could meet new people. Some people may leave your life naturally, while others enter unexpectedly. There may be opportunities, invitations, conversations, and new experiences appearing almost out of nowhere. The pace may surprise you, but this movement is part of the flow you've activated. At the same time, it's important to stay grounded and wise. When your energy becomes this bold and magnetic, people feel it. They want to be near it. They want access to it. Some may genuinely admire you. Others may simply be curious about your glow. But not everyone deserves unlimited access to your energy. Protect your peace. Stay selective. Just because you're attracting doesn't mean you have to accept everything. The beautiful part is that you seem very clear right now. You know what you want. You're not wavering. You're not negotiating your standards. You're not shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. There's a firmness in your energy, a confidence, a sense of, I deserve exactly what I desire and I won't settle for less. That clarity is what is lifting you into higher experiences. This is not a season of lack. It is a season of overflow. And overflow requires responsibility. It requires awareness. It requires emotional balance. The water element reminds you to stay fluid but not chaotic, open but not unprotected, flowing but still centered. Whatever you have been doing recently, whether it was setting boundaries, releasing attachments, healing old emotional wounds, or choosing yourself in a powerful way, continue doing it. It has shifted your frequency. It has changed the way life is responding to you. The changes may feel subtle at first, but they are building quickly beneath the surface. You don't need to rush. You don't need to force outcomes. You don't need to chase validation. Stay intentional. Stay connected to yourself. Stay aligned with the version of you who knows their worth. Let the water cleanse you daily. Let the flow guide you forward. You are in a powerful transition. And this time, things are moving in your favor.